Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name is Adam Solofemi, and you guys are welcome, especially. How is the weekend going? Today is the 16th day in the month of June 2022, and it is raining cats and dogs today. It's a very cold weather in Ondo State today. Like it's pretty cold. All right, so on today's episode, we'll be looking at adulthood will not be a scam if you follow these steps. Now, before I dive into today's episode, right? If this is your first time of being a part of the show and you're probably wondering what this whole show is about, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about leadership, we talk about anything that could actually make you a better person on the long run. And the decision for today's episode was born out of the fact that like a lot of people have been complaining, or a lot of the Gen Zs or the younger ones have been complaining about adulthood and how hard it is. And I'm so sure also that like even some adults, some people that are already in the field have actually had issues in the past and probably are still going through a lot, right? Not like I've had everything figured out. I'm still in my mid 30s and I'm trying to like, okay, let me help the people coming up based on what I know, based on the things I have gone through. And that is the basis of today's episode. All right. But one last thing before I start, please like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about the program, okay, before I go into what I have for today. And I'm really praying that like this rain, the rain would not affect the network. But here we go. I have 9 points listed out, and I'll be taking them one after the other. Number one on my list is that you need to remember that the road will be blurry at first. When you're transitioning to adulthood, when you're trying to like get everything in your life together, right? Just know one fact that like at the very beginning you cannot get everything all at once. Fine, you might have some areas of your life sorted out, but the parts of your life that are really not sorted out, they would be blurry, and sometimes it can get blurry for a long period of time. It could, for some people it might be just be for 6 months, for some people it might be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. But the main thing is that like try as much as possible to get clarity. It is very important. At the very beginning, it's going to be very blurry because you would have issues knowing where to turn to, who to believe in, where to go to. But on the long run, if you can find clarity, it is going to be easier for you to be able to journey through life and through adulthood, as it were. All right. So that's the number one point that I have. Number two on the list is learn personal finance. Now, one of the things that like you would get to realize, especially when you're transitioning to adulthood, is the fact that you are on your own and you are in control of your finance. And if you're not careful, if you're not the type that knows how to like take care of their finances, knows something about personal finance, how to save, how to invest, how to know what to spend on or what not to spend on, how to cut your quota according to your size. If you do not know how to do all these things, at first, any little money that is coming in for you, you would blow everything, you spend everything. But if you can learn personal finance and know that, like, okay, as this money is coming in, it is meant for this, it's meant for that. And then when you realize that, like, okay, you have to start paying bills, right? You have to start paying for utilities that you use, electricity, water corporation, garbage, let's go for the garbage people to come and pick up the dirt, and then like every other thing that like you have to pay for. You then realize that like the luxurious life I had at the back of my mind cannot really work if I do not plan these things properly. And that is where personal finance comes in. You need to learn personal finance. You need to learn how to spend your money properly, and also how to save and what to invest in. It is very important. All right, so that's number two on the point on my list. Rather, number three is time is your most important currency. And this is true for everything. Now, one thing you need to realize is that like you would not be young forever. You would not be strong or agile forever. So you need to make use of your time properly. You need to make the best use of your time properly. It is really important, because if you are idle, you just realize that like a year has gone, you haven't achieved anything. 2 years has gone, you haven't achieved anything, 10 years, 20 years, and then you just realize that like one day you are old and you haven't really done anything tangible with your life. You'll probably be blaming every other person around you except yourself. But when you realize that like time is your greatest currency and you spend it properly, you spend it wisely, you invest your time in the right things, right? Then you realize that like things will become better, easier, softer for you over time. All right. At first, it's going to be blurry. At first, it's going to be hard. But when you spend your time wisely, investing in yourself, all right, you spend the time investing in yourself, investing in your growth, investing in a lot of things that are good for you. Then over time, you get to realize that like things will just become soft. Like you just have this breaded life, this soft life for yourself. All right. So that's number 3 on the list. Number 4 on the list today is your health is very important. You need to realize this. All right. You need to learn to sleep well. You need to learn to eat healthy. You need to learn to like have peace of mind. Your health comes first. I know that like we want to be the best. We want to like hustle. We want to like make a lot of money. But if it is going to be at the detriment of your health, then on the long run, you would the money you have made, the money you've accumulated, you would still spend it to go to the hospital, on drugs, on medication, on paying bills, hospital bills, and you really do not want that. As much as you're trying to like hustle everything else, make sure that like your health is your priority. You eat healthy, you sleep well, like you make sure you sleep very, very, very well. Try not to take in junks because on the long run, it is going to affect your health, is going to affect every part of you when you are taking all the medes, quote unquote, right, that you see all around you. Make sure that like you're eating vegetables, you're eating balanced diet. It's really important. Junks, no. Balanced diet, yes. Sleep, yes. Have enough sleep as little as 7 to 8 hours per night. Make sure that like you're sleeping very well, and then drink lots and lots of water. Water is really essential for you. Drink at least 3 to 5 liters every day. It's really, really important. There's a particular guy on Twitter, a doctor, that keeps talking about drinking water, and really, it is very essential. Make sure that like you are hydrated at all the time. All right, that's number 4. Number 5 on the list is network with the right people. Now, this cannot be overemphasized, right? If you want your adult life to be very easy, then the people you know will determine how far you can go. All right. You need to network with people. Don't just say that like I'm an introvert. I don't talk to people. I don't like meeting people. I don't like talking to people. But maybe if you're in my space, we can get to talk. But for me to reach out to people, I really do not fancy that. You are doing yourself more harm than good. Now you might be lucky that like your family is or you have people in your family that are in strategic places. But what if you're in a situation whereby you are all alone? You are in a space where you really do not have anybody that could help you out. Networking with the right people is very, very key. It is essential for your growth. It is essential for you to be able to like have a better life. Okay, so make sure that like you network with people and meet people that are going on the same journey as you, on the same path, right? You're not just networking with random people that have nothing to offer you in the long run, but people that you guys are going on the same path together. Network with them. Number 6 on the list is maximize every opportunity. Now, from time to time, you would always be met with opportunities. And if you are not able to maximize these opportunities, then they will slip through your hands and you would wish you had actually used those opportunities. Now, the beauty about life is that like opportunities would always come from time to time. The question now is, how positioned are you? How prepared are you for these opportunities that are coming your way? Don't just think that like it's when you sleep that like or probably while you're walking on the road, you will then see one money on the floor and then like you then pick it up and then you become rich. It doesn't work that way. All right. It is when you are prepared, when you have been practicing towards a particular goal, when you know that like, okay, this is what I am aiming for. And then when the opportunity arrives, because you are prepared for it, you would be able to what? To grab it. I'll quickly give an example of an opportunity that happened years ago when I was in primary school, right? I was told that we had a debating competition to go for, right, in primary school, and then myself and some other people went to the venue. Now, on getting to the venue, we got to realize that like it was not a debating competition. It was actually a mathematics competition for primary school students in Lagos State. And we were asked that like, who can go for you guys? And then my colleagues and the teacher that went with us was like, Adams, Femi Adams, you're going to go, you're going to represent the school. Now, the only reason why I could excel because I actually won, right, was because I had been practicing with my dad for a very long time. Mathematics was like a thing for me growing up, right? Because my dad would always give us assignments. And before we get back from school, we had assignments to do, and we were already solving questions that were higher than our level. So it was easier for me to be able to like grab that opportunity when that opportunity came. So also in your own life too, you need to be prepared for these opportunities. Opportunities will come, opportunities would go. You need to be positioned, you need to be ready for it. All right. Number 7 on the list is learn from your mistakes. All right. You would always make mistakes. Do not beat yourself down. Do not always compare yourself with every other person that like, wow, this person is already making it, that person is making it. I made a lot of mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Everybody is bound to make mistakes, but do not beat yourself down when you make such mistakes. You learn from your mistakes and then you grow from there. All right. Making sure that like you do not commit the same mistake ever again. I have had some things that like I did and I wish I never did them. If I had not done them, maybe my life would have been way better than what it is right now. But I have also come to realize that like it could actually have been worse. Life could have been harder for me. And I'm probably not be here. I'm not be here today speaking to you guys, telling you guys how you can actually navigate through adulthood. All right. So when you are faced with mistakes that you have made, learn from them, forgive yourself, learn from them, and then move on. All right. Forgive yourself, learn from them rather, and then move on. It is really, really important. Be quick about this. Do not wallow in your mistakes. Stand up, get up, dust yourself, and move ahead. All right. Number 8, which is the penultimate number, is don't be afraid of rejection. Now, one of the things that like you're going to learn is that you'll be rejected so many times. People will tell you no so many times. Now, you might actually have good intent, right? Your thoughts might be pure, as it were, but it doesn't say that like people will tell you a yes, because people really do not know you yet. You probably are not known by them, and they probably have been through a situation whereby like they were duped, or probably like they had bad experiences with something that like you're trying to propose to them. It is for you to know that like it is not your own fault that you were rejected. It is not because you are not good enough. No. All right. For one reason or the other, you've been rejected. Accept it. Okay. Accept it. Move on. Move to the next person that you feel that like would actually be able to embrace the idea, embrace what you're putting on the table. Okay. So rejections will always come, right? Even in relationships, babe will reject you. A guy will tell you that like he's no longer interested, right? A lot of things would happen that like people will just say no to your proposal. Get used to it. All right. Don't feel bad about it. It is part of life. Embrace it and go back to your drawing board and then ask yourself that, like, what could you have done better for you to get a yes from that person? Once you're able to like have that mindset that like rejection is part of the process and it is not an end, you would move smoothly, you would move fast in life. All right. Then the last but not least that I have on my list is you get what you give. Now, one thing you need to realize is that like if you do not have value to give to people, you will not get value also. It is what you give that you get on the long run. Now, at first, it might seem as if what you are giving is not coming back to you, but trust me, over time, people that appreciate what you give to them would begin to surround you. And if you're good at spotting people who are not for you, then you would know how to let go of people who do not add value to you as you are adding value to them. So also, if you're not adding value to people, you just realize that like the person that has been kind to you, the person that has always given you their time, over time would actually leave your space because you are not adding value to them. One of the things I always tell people is that like guard your space. It is very, very important that you guard your space. And in as much as you are giving out to people, be careful the people that you bring into your life, because if they are not meant for you, they might actually harm you. So guard your space. And over time, the things that you give, you would see people around you who are also in line with what you want, and they would surround you and you will get in return. And with this 9 points, I like to believe that like it will be easy for you to navigate through adulthood. All right. You would no longer have to start singing that song that like adulthood, can you better, you're mine. You know how it is in Nigeria, that like we always sing all the songs. Okay. Adulthood is hard. Adulthood is tough. I am still in it. You're still in it. We would all go through it, but it doesn't have to be that hard. You can easily navigate it. You can easily go through it and have a smoother journey in life. All right. If you're watching from Facebook, YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. All right. It would really mean a lot to me. And thankfully, the rain has actually ended now. It's a good day. All right. And I'm happy that like the network didn't interrupt and we had a smooth live session today. All right. This brings us to the end of today's episode. This is episode 156. And I will see you again next week, God willing. As I always say, be the best God has created you to be. And from me to you, have a great weekend. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.